Hey everyone, welcome into the channel. It's Karen, Lavender Clothesline. As you can tell, no new furniture yet and lots of packing material. I unwrapped everything that I brought to Florida and I saved all of the packing paper to reuse. I'm really big on reusing clean fill. So we're gonna be living with big bags of clean fill for a while in this room because it's the only place I can find to put it, along with the extra TVs and the vacuums. But we are still waiting on furniture. I think the date is April 20th. On April 6th, we have the driveway done. So lots of progress around here. This morning, we're gonna go thrifting together. Let me tell you, there are a lot of good thrift stores here on the west coast of Florida. So if you're one of the people that left a comment that I'm not gonna find anything good, I don't know where you live because it's really good thrifting around here. All right, let's get going. Let's get on the road. We're gonna go up and down the aisles of the thrift store to see what we can find. Now, if you're waiting for something that you saw me pick up in one of the prior videos, just know I am getting on listings as often as I can. I think I have about 20 more pieces in my office. So if you're waiting for something, it is coming. All right, hit that like and subscribe button. I'm taking you with me. We are starting the day at Red, White, and Blue Thrift Store in Bradenton. This store is very interesting to me. Last time we filmed here, it was my first time in the store, and I like to give the store a couple of tries before I make an assessment about it. Now, I did proclaim it's mostly clothing and shoes, but quite a few hard goods came out that were interesting. Pricing was good. Oh, look at these Jessica Simpsons. Whoa. That's got to be a 5-inch heel. I'm pretty excited to be here again. This is not too far from the house, probably 20-25 minutes. $9.99. All right, we're going to keep an eye on what the color tags are. There are 4 color tags for the week here, and they post them on the screen. So there are live screens that show you. Okay, so we have white 25%, peach is 50% off. Yellow is 75. Didn't I just say those shoes were peach? Turn around. You turn. Those were peach, weren't they? What shoes were those? I've lost them already. Here they are. $9.99. Good choice. These are a good choice. I've never heard of that brand. Those are really cute. All right, 41. I'm thinking 41 is a US 7. Oh, US 10? Can that be right? Janelle, these are called. Those do not look like a 10 at all. All right, let's go over and get a cart and check out hard goods. We are passing by the new clothing racks. See all these racks? These are all new that came out. I thought this was Sacred Threads, but it's Rising International Extra Large, $4.99. That is a definite yes. Usually when I see jackets like this, in the past, they've been the brand Sacred Threads for me, but I have picked up Rising International, so we're scooping that up. All right, I guess we're doing clothing and hard goods at the same time. Is this Dressbarn? It is Dressbarn, $4.99. Oh, that's cute. What size is that? All right, I think we're going for that too. It has like a glitter with this little pleated front top, 1X. Dressbarn, I'm pretty sure the local stores are out of business, but there were a lot of fans of Dressbarn, and I do quite well with Dressbarn. Brand new jacket, Kyodin, $12.99. Madewell, $14.99. This is a pretty color right here. What color is this? Land's End 2X, $7.99 blue tag. Oh, quilted jacket. That is really nice. We're going to grab that too. Now, I have to keep in mind that the store is cash only. Today I brought $150 with me, but there's a cash machine down the way, so no worries. Anna Sui, $2.99. I don't know who Anna Sui is. I've heard of her. UT. Okay, so that's a Uniqlo. I don't imagine that Uniqlo would have something super high-end. I'm just double checking the Land's End cuffs. That's always the first part of a jacket that I look at, and sure enough, these are quite worn. So we're gonna put the Land's End jacket back. I'm trying to find which rack I found this on. I think it was this one. Always good to check. We are now in artwork, and I have just spotted Gorgeous paintings, $3.99. They are signed. I'm not sure what it says. CHA something, 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 something. Look at this. So we found this one, $4. That is a definite yes. And now right underneath it, this one. Be Still My Heart. Be Still My Heart. That is gorgeous, $2.99. Not seeing a signature on this one, but is that not the luckiest find? Gorgeous canvas, wood framed. We love pictures like this. I am spotting also this one. I don't know if I like this one as much, but I'm going to grab it for now. This is all original. Aren't they spectacular? Oh my gosh, what a lucky day. What a lucky day. A moment of silence. We're grabbing all three. I tell you what, for the next 3 years, my nails are going to look awful. Between all of the house renovations and digging in the thrift stores, I cannot keep a manicure more than a couple of hours, but it is so worth it. All right, this is a lot of work, and I don't like the way this store is taping things together. How are we supposed to see what the second one is? Red, white, and blue. Stop doing that. All right, these are just frames. I see a gold one. We're going to dig for this one and see what this is about. Okay, I can't talk too loud. Lots of people around me. I think people have seen what I've found, and now everybody swoops in. But I got them. All right, I'm looking for this one. I do try to pay attention to the frames to see if I can spot something ahead of time. Now, an antique or vintage painting will not always be in an old frame. Could have been reframed. So I do look at everything, but if you're trying to grab quickly, that's my best advice. Look and see if you can spot old frames. Can I please find my first glassy baby? Just throwing that out to the universe. These are so close, but I can tell it's not them. Oh, it does have a sticker. What does that say? Oh, that's very hard to read. Let me see if the green one is more legible. Handmade in Poland. Gee, those are nice. Very close to Glassy Baby again. I think Glassy Babies are made in the United States on the West Coast. For $1.99 though, I'm going to grab these. These are really nice candle holders. Beautiful. How did I wind up in glass again? I don't know. I just don't know. Who's making these? These are so unique. They're very heavy. I would imagine I could Google image these. Who's making those? I'm going to Google image them. This is not a sold listing, but this is what came up. MCM large Nybro volcano iceberg glass candle holder, Rune Strand, Sweden. 45 for 2. They do seem to be from Norway. 175 Rune Strand. 140. I'm going to have to look at solds. There are 5 of these for $5 each. All right, we're swooping those up and putting them right in the cart till we figure out what these are. There's no leaving them on the shelf till, I figure it all out. Let's put them in the cart. I just want to take a second and give a shout out to all you wonderful subscribers that are meeting me and coming up to me saying, I knew I'd run into you sooner or later. Shout out to you, Barbara. I met a subscriber, Barbara, who's a sweetheart. And we were just standing there talking, old friends. You guys are all my old friends. Anyway, check this out. Look at this glass dome. I think these deer might be vintage. This is stunning. What am I supposed to do with this? Am I buying this? How am I going to ship that? Did somebody make this? I don't know what's going on here. You guys tell me, have you seen this in the stores? Very heavy. This is not cheaply made. Let's see if I can lift it without... I'm glad they taped the dome. $19.99. Ugh. I almost want that for my house. I can't start collecting stuff. I moved into a much smaller house than the Pennsylvania house. Isn't that beautiful? $20. For personal, it's good. I don't know what I could even get for this. I'm thinking this might be like a pottery barn, only because this glass dome, very well made. It's not a thin one. You can usually tell these cloches, is that how we say it? I say cloche, you say cloche, by how thick they are. Look at the knob. That is stunning. $20. Do I want that? It's not even boot tag. Ugh. All right, I guess I'm leaving it. The one that got away. So pretty. All right, I think I'm putting it in my cart. We'll think about it. How about that? Just checking on eBay. Nybro Sweden Crystal Candle Volcano Rune. This one sold for $55. I think that person did not check to see if they could get it more reasonable, because what I'm seeing is most of these have sold for $20. So there's one. I'll include screenshots of the solds for you guys. But I am paying, here's one for $18. I am paying $5 each. I think that's fair, and I've got 5 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and take all 5 of them, and we will see how I do with them. Here's one for $12. That's different than mine. Here's one for $9.99. But like I said, the majority of the comps, they did sell for $20, right around $20. So here's one, Canada, $18. But I think that's a good deal. One of the employees just put these in the metal section, and I quickly walked over. Oh my gosh. I don't think they're silver. They do have hallmarks. Looks to be a crown and some letters. S, C, or G. Very gothic looking letters. $13 a piece. And a dead bug. Let me tell you, there are a ton of bugs in Florida. I was not prepared for that. What do we think of these? Okay, I already know what I think. They're stunning, but they're not silver, unless there's silver plate over brass. That could be. So I'd be into them for $26. This one has a rock. Oh, so hard. Let's put them on a lower shelf so we can see them from a different angle. Make sure it's not the shelf. No, the base is bent. Are those not beautiful? This is where the conundrum happens. I'm supposed to be reselling just for a profit. It's not supposed to be about heartstrings. Somewhere in a former life, I was living in the Victorian age. Okay, this seems crooked to me too. If I put the bottom like perfectly square with the shelf, these are off. I don't imagine these are screwed on. Very ornate. They'd be good for Hollywood Regency. Absolutely Victorian. Ooh, these are a hard one to walk away from. I will do a Google image, of course, before I put them back. It says REG, so it's registered. Probably those hallmarks are registered. That's all I've got. And blue tag is not on sale. I imagine the most I'd get for those is 80 or 90, maybe. On a good day, maybe 100, and I'm into it for 26 plus tax and fees. You can see where I'm going with this. Oh, it's going to be a hard one to walk away from. Those are stunning. All right, I will Google image before I give them up, but I think I'm giving these up. So I did a Google image. It brings me to a site that is not active. It says something went wrong here when you visit the site. It's always scary visiting sites you don't recognize. See, something's wrong here. It looks like nothing was found at this location. They could have gotten the link wrong. I feel like if these were worth a lot of money, they would be hallmarked and they would be made correctly. So because of the rock and because of this not being the way it should, I'm going to leave these behind, but just stunning. Bending down on this aisle, there are quite a few things I see I like. I like this glass vase. So pretty. I think this is black glass. Do I want to ship this? No. No, I don't. It's very interesting, though. I don't know if that's modern. Feels like a little bit older. I don't know what I'm basing that on. Probably the wear on the bottom ring there. And besides this black glass globe vase, I see this elephant. Is he not everything? This is stunningly beautiful. I don't know what this organic type shape is called. I've seen this quite a few times. It's got this satin smooth, silky smooth finish. $5.99 for this guy. There is the bottom. The felt does have a little bit of age, not especially old. I'm gonna guess the 70s or 80s, but he is going right in the cart. Adorable. All right, I'm gonna be kind to myself and leave that vase behind. I know once I get home, I'm gonna be like, oh, why did I pick that up? All right, we are in the figurines aisle. I did breeze down this aisle, but then they came through and put a lot of stuff out. Oh, a little pig. I wanted him to be angry. I love an angry pig. Japan is marked, so he is vintage. Little sticker felt sticker feet. Do we love a good pig? Yes, we do. Whoops, somebody wrote their initial. I think the pricers are initialing their items. How much for the pig? Oh, was that a crack? No, I think he's okay. $1.99. He's got a little chip in his ear. Okay, she is sweet. I think it's a she. We're gonna go ahead and grab her. $1.99. How can you leave her behind? There is a lot of good stuff in this store. I am really glad we came here. Lots of treasure. Oh, I think this is a little ring holder. Oh, that's cute. Just falling in love with everything today. Who else is on the shelf? Who else is back there? Oh, who is this? We have a swan with controlled bubbles inside. Is that a swan or a duck? For $2.99. I think I'm gonna leave her behind. This pottery is so easily identifiable. This is Rosemary Taylor. This should be signed. There it is there. Holding a little bouquet of dried flowers. I don't know if those are original to the piece. I've got my questions about that. $1.99. I don't know if these are highly collected, but it is pottery. It is signed pottery. So there's got to be collectors out there. I will see how these are selling, but for $1.99, I'm grabbing this piece. This is what the cart is looking like. Clothing has taken a back seat down there. 2 pieces of clothing that I did show you. I don't think you guys saw this. Look at this little chair. It is missing its seat. I don't know what the seat would have been. Maybe needlepoint? This is special. Chippendale, I think. Look at that carved back. Now, I imagine it's made for a doll, but I don't think so. It almost looks like a salesman's sample. Has a good amount of age, but the craftsmanship is just stunning. That is gorgeous. $3. I mean, you could put a little wood seat in and put a plant on it. I'd be very careful watering the plant. How adorable would that be with a succulent on it or a little air plant? Oh, that would be everything. So cute. I'm grabbing that. All right, so this is what we have right now. Still a little on the fence because I am not used to paying $20 for anything. But this is especially nicely made. I'm going to Google image that too. I haven't done that yet. We still have our 3 paintings. I am the luckiest girl in the world to get stuff like this. So talented, this artist. So we have that one. I'm making you guys sit through them a second time. Yep, look at the roses. I cannot wait to Google these. Like Google the signature. This has got to be somebody. How's that for knowledge? This has got to be somebody. And this last one here. Look at the backs of these. Anytime you have question, always look at the back. Just so beautiful. What does that say? V. Hunter. Looks like it was $653. Could that be? I have no idea. I am very upset that they put the sticker right on the paint. Oh, that's a killer. Beautiful. Just beautiful. All right, we are having a really good day. We're going to press in and see what else we can find. Eventually, I'll dig out the clothing, so all my stuff is not on the clothing. And yeah, that's what we're looking like. I keep forgetting that along the back wall, they have all dishes, cups, mugs, all the kitchenware and ceramics. There's butterfly gold. I think that's what this is called, Pyrex. 2 casserole dishes for $5. Don't have their tops. I think if they had their tops for $5, I would take that. I don't imagine this would bring more than maybe 15. So I'm gonna wait on those. Look at this white casserole dish. Looks like glass bake. Is it glass bake? I don't know. Doesn't look like Les Bakes branding. Can't tell what that says. White on white. Very hard to see. Wow, look at that punch bowl. There were a lot of punch drinking people back in the day. Did it all have alcohol in it? I'm not sure. Dishes, dishes, dishes. Do we want dishes? No. Let's go across some more glass. Oh, did we see this teapot last time? Stuff like this always catches my eye when there's a lot of detail to it. Who is this? Let me turn this the right way so I don't struggle. Trying to stop struggling in life. Stitch call? Oh, this is Gracie Bone China. That name I know. Oh, doesn't this look like Mackenzie Child a little bit? I don't think it is. No, it's not. It's Studio somebody or another. Studio Design Works, hand-painted. For the rest of my life, anytime I see this checkerboard, I'm going to think of Mackenzie Childs. That is very fun, very whimsical. Okay. Ooh, look at this glass. It's pressed, though. It's not cut. But that is very cool. Sawtooth edge. So lots of clothing racks still coming out. The new clothing that comes out in the store, I think, is even more than Shillington. Could that be? If you guys remember, back in Pennsylvania, I would go to Shillington a lot for clothing. This store brings the clothing. I found this blouse. This is Bellambra. I think that's how we say it. It is a 100% silk fairy blouse, I'm going to call this. Look at the sleeves on this. Stunningly beautiful. Hippie, peasant, fairy, all the good words. So beautiful. Size large, $5.99. This is a yes all day long, made in Italy. Love this type of stuff. That is going right in the cart. We are just checking out the bowls aisle one more time, and I spotted these nesting bowls, yellow and green Pyrex. They look to be in really nice shape. No dishwasher wear, which is rare. Now I will ask the cashier to take the tape off so that I can thoroughly inspect the green one, because there's no way to pull this out. They don't want you taking things apart, which I fully get, but you have to know what you're paying for. All right, that's another bowl. I don't know who's making this. Who is this? This is Arabia with a crown, made in the Philippines. Never heard of it. It's kind of nice, but we know which ones we're taking. Now, I think this is supposed to be a set of 4 called the primary colors, but I'm not exactly sure because the green looks a little bit different than the ones I've seen. So I'm going to have to look it up. But either way, $6 for 2 beautiful Pyrex bowls is an absolute yes. Be careful of my painting. All right, that is it for today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Hit that like and subscribe button, and as always, go out and get what's yours. In this part of the video, I just wanted to do a close-up of the 3 paintings that I found in today's video. Because I'm in a thrift store and there are a lot of people around, there's a lot of noise in the background, I feel like I can't take time to explain what I look for when looking for original art. So here are the 3 paintings. I believe that they are either acrylic or they're oil. Now, I probably had it backwards. Last video that I picked up paintings, I thought that an oil painting was more of a matte look and that acrylic was more shiny. But a couple of you who are artists said I had that backwards. So I'm really going to have to do some research to tell whether these paintings are acrylic or oils. But we're going to take a look at this first painting. I think this one is my favorite because it's a landscape. When I find a painting like this, I can tell right away it's an original, whether it has a signature or not. You can usually see brush strokes. If you hold the painting on an angle, you can see where the paint is applied. When you look at the back, you can see that it is a canvas and it's quite dirty. I love the rope hanger. Makes it feel very secure. This, I am thinking, is probably late 1800s, early 1900s. And while it does not have a signature that is showing, I'm wondering if I take off the frame, if I will be able to tell whether or not there is a signature under the frame. I'm thinking this is the original frame to this. That's what it appears to me. Now, in truth, this looks to be quite dirty. I will not try to clean this. I don't have that expertise, that knowledge. But right now, this type of painting is trending. It's very desirable. So whether or not it is signed, an older, antique, vintage, whatever age it is painting, even if it has a little bit of damage, is still a yes for me. All right, let's look at painting number 2. Now, I don't think they're the same artists. I think they're different, but I'm wondering if the person who donated it was the same person. Again, the painting has a little bit of chipping on here, but I don't think that's a deal breaker. This one does have a signature. I will use a magnifying glass, Google image, and also take pictures of the signature. I believe this is Chapin, Chapin, might be NN, it might be a double N. Beautiful roses in a dark vase, and just fell in love, swoon worthy. Here is the back. The sticker is from the framer. It's not the original artist, unfortunately. All right, so here is the third, totally different. This has a technique where the paint is built up. It gives a lot of texture and depth to the picture. And again, beautiful. This one is signed. I'm unable to read that signature, which drives me crazy. I think this is the original frame, and I think the frame is perfect for it. This is what the back looks like. I see some notes on the back, so we're going to flip this around and see what this says. It looks like V Hunter, and it looks like the price might have been either $653 or maybe it was $65, and that is just another squiggle. This is 08-2502. I don't know if that's when the painting originated or somebody put that on there of when it was framed or bought. This canvas does look newer to me compared to the other two, and it also has made in Mexico on the frame. It could be that this painting was done for the souvenir trade. Many times painters can just whip out these paintings for people to bring home souvenirs that they pick up, you know, in different ports of call or different areas that are tourist areas. But either way, lovely. I love the colors on this. And these were great finds. So while I don't have a lot of knowledge about artwork, when you see good artwork, I don't feel you have to have a lot of knowledge. You just develop your eye as you go along. And also one tip I have is to visit fine museums. If you want to be able to pick up artwork and just get an eye for artwork, all you have to do is visit a couple of museums where there is fine art or even antique centers. And after a while, you'll be able to spot really good artwork in thrift stores. All right, guys, that is it for today. Hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, go out and get what's yours.